Okay, so here's me and Sal at the lake doing some heel work. And we're on the path by the lake, and we're working on passing by people while in this heel position. And he does okay for the first try. Right there, he got a little excited, so we just went ahead and pulled over so it was easier for him. I just flipped him back over into this heel position just with my hand. No verbal cues yet. And he did great. And look how lovely. And when we're not walking past the people, and there's not anything that I find to be challenging for him, my treats slow down. I don't treat super, super fast. You'll notice that the speed in which I treat speeds up a lot, depending on where the person's at. So here we just slipped out. Not a problem. And then right here, you can see that he sees a person. He's really interested. I try to use my leg and arm to body block him. He definitely broke the heel. Can't even really call it that because he doesn't have one yet. But after the person passed, he goes back into this really beautiful walk. And honestly, when the person was initially approaching, I was still able to keep his attention on the work that we're doing. I wish I could have a video of how close they were. It's when they are right next to me. Both times, that's when I've lost him. So he did, I think, really, really, really well. And then after I do some heel work, I make sure to release him with all done or free or whatever you guys want to use. But I say all done. And I say all done, and it just lets him know that he's now allowed to walk freely and we don't have to be in that heel position anymore. Okay, so we saw a dog coming from pretty far away, so we went ahead and pulled over. Instead of just standing, waiting for him to see the dog, I'm doing some heel work here. Still just treating him for being in the right position. I dropped some treats here, so that's what he's doing right now. But in a minute, you will see him see the dog. He doesn't get to the point where he vocalizes, but he definitely gets amped up quite a bit. So I'm waiting a second. And then here we go. He's doing great, as always. Look how amazing. I'm wanting him to see the dog, so I'm trying to keep him facing this direction as the dog approaches. And I was going to do a turn. Yep. There I go right there. I went ahead and did a turn back and just try to keep his attention. So you can very, very easily see that he is amped up. He's taking the treats. He's kind of flailing. He's responding to my hand motions. He's getting into the heel position, but he is amped. So I went ahead and put him in a sit instead of doing some more walking, because I'm thinking if he can sit and stay still, maybe we can kind of control this big emotion he's having. Or less control it, but more so easier for me, the handler, to treat correctly and do the right thing instead of him walking around kind of just thrashing about. And overall, I think he did well. It's tough work, and I think he's doing a pretty good job. Okay, so after that last dog we saw, he was amped. He was sniffing really hard. He was running. He was pulling me. When I could get him in heel position, he was chomping the hand, very, very agitated. So we decided to call it. I called it, and we weren't going to work on dogs and people anymore, and instead we were just going to come over here. I was going to sit while we rested on the blanket. He's still doing a lot of work. This is still pretty hard for him. But it's work that isn't bringing his energy or excitement up any higher. So we're just chilling, and he does really great. So all I'm doing, and I like to do this at the park with the kids, or I like to go out every once in a while and pick a place outside, out and about, where we can just put a blanket down and rest. You know, every time we go outside and every time we're on leash, we don't have to be working. We don't have to be alert. We don't have to be waiting for the next exciting thing to happen. We can kind of just chill sometimes. So I didn't ask him to get on place. I just put it out, kind of waited for it to happen because he already knows the behavior in my house. So I kind of gave him a chance to figure it out here, and he did pretty good. And when he pops up, I just ignore him, and I just kind of wait it out. I make sure to give him a short leash so he doesn't have lots of room to sniff and go explore, because I do want him right here and just to chill. Once he lays down, he gets treated. And while he's laying down, I know it's kind of sped up, but you'll see me toss treats down periodically. I don't really have a rhythm to when I'm tossing treats down. I'm just doing it when I see him doing the right thing, essentially, which is what all I need him to do now is lay and kind of just chill with me. So he did really well. I was really glad that he was able to lay down. I thought after seeing that dog, he was going to be a little bit more difficult, but you can see he even popped his hip to the side and kind of settled into that down. Instead of being super alert, he's a little more settled into it, which is nice to see. He never fully relaxed, but I think overall he did pretty good.